What's up, witches? It's Luna with an unboxing for you. I know they're a little bit fewer and farther between these days, but that's okay. Today I am looking at Tarot of the Divine, a deck and guidebook, Yoshitani, inspired by deities, folklore, and fairy tales from around the world. Look at the beautiful moon phases. We've got gold and beautiful Japanese artwork. We've got moon phases there too in the gold foil. Tarot of the Divine, a deck and guidebook. Same thing here, same thing there. Okay. The path to enlightenment is unique for each of us, but many of the lessons we learn are shared stories passed among cultures and generations. Tarot of the Divine brings traditional tarot archetypes to life with a lustrous series of fables, including The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, The Crane Wife, Sleeping Beauty, King Arthur, and the stories of many lesser-known legends and deities from all over the world. Just as the Tarot provides ways to interpret the world around us, so too do these illuminating folk tales. This is published by Clarkson Potter Publishers, an imprint of Penguin Random House, and it's copyright 2020 by Yoshitani. Cover design is Lee's Suku. Cover design, okay. And it's a very nice, sturdy, very nice box. Flip open, no magnet, no clickies. That's okay, I'll get over it. And a kind of thin book. Tarot of the Divine, inspired by deities, folklore around the world. Welcome, listener, seeker, speaker. Okay, we will look at that second. As you can see, I have not yet looked at this deck at all, which is not usual when I'm unboxing. I usually can't wait to get them open and dig in. So we have just the plastic band around it. And the cards have that kind of woven look to them. So those are usually pretty sturdy decks. It's a thick deck. Dummy thick. This is going to be no fun to shuffle. I'm just betting. All right, let's zoom you in. All right. The Fool. Okay, now we are well zoomed in, and I hope the colors are good for you. Here's the Fool. So we can see right away we are not on book with these cards. We have a mermaid. And by on book, I mean, are we following the standard Rider-Waite or not? Smith-Waite, sorry. So we have the Fool. Here's a mermaid. She's kind of up on a rock there. Is she, going to make a leap? There's a little castle in the background. Yeah, these are heavy cards. Oof. The Magician is maybe Goldilocks? I don't know. No, this is probably the fairy godmother. She's got a wand. And pumpkins and mice. Yes, fairy godmother. That's Cinderella. The High Priestess is Scheherazade. It's got to be. I remember my friend. I remember Samantha telling me because she's the one that told me about this deck. She of the 1001 Nights. Here's the Empress, who's the Virgin of Guadalupe. Is it Guadalupe or Guadalupe? Or both? I don't know. All right, here's the Emperor. Looks like King Arthur to me. Yep, there's a sword and a stone. So the style is very stylized, definitely. Almost geometric in places. Look at his beard. Really kind of squared off. And certainly cartoony, non-realistic style, but it's a consistent style. The Hierophant is a white buffalo woman. Wow, and see, these are readable. I mean, I'm recognizing all the characters here. The Lovers, that's Beauty and the Beast. The Chariot. Okay, somebody's getting his boat pulled by dolphins, but I don't know who that is. Strength is, what do we got going on here? Oh, somebody's wrestling with a crocodile. I mean, there's a lion. I see lion's paws, but there's a crocodile's head coming out of the lion's mane. I'm terribly confused here. Terribly confused. All right, let's see who this is. The chariot is the three princesses of Whiteland. This is Temlin. Oh, I can't believe I didn't see that. So there's a snake and a lion, and there she is. There is Janet. And wrestling, she holds him, and he goes through all these changes. And she rescues him from Fairy. Oh, sweet. All right. Then we have the Hermit. There's the White Hart, and I'm not sure what that story would be. One thinks possibly Arthurian. I think I'm going to keep this open. Druid and the White Stag. This is Anansi. Wheel of Fortune is the web. And this is Amhang Eosa Justice. It's a Korean legend. Then we've got the Hanged Man. Gosh, it almost looks like Ophelia. But Ophelia would be floating, not hanging. This is Sleeping Beauty, of course. And Death is the White Bear King Valamon, a Norwegian fairy tale. Temperance is Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara. So now we're stepping from like fairy tales into religion. Interesting choice there. I mean, these are myths, certainly. So, okay, fair game. Devil is Boitata, Brazilian mythology. Ooh, look at that snake. The Tower. Well, that's pretty straightforward tower, and that's obviously Rapunzel. You see the braid. Then we have the Star, which looks Russian or Yugoslavia. Yes, Russian fairy tale. Sister Alyonushka and brother Ivanushka. The Moon, Japanese, obviously. Princess Kaguya. Oh, if you've never seen the movie of Princess Kaguya, you need to see it. It's very good. Very Japanese. It's fascinating to see movies that are not being made by, Western studios who have a very formulaic approach to things. And Japanese fairy tales are the same. I had a book that I don't know who's got it right now, but I have a book of Japanese fairy tales, and it's great because you read these stories and it'll be like, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, and that's that. They just don't wrap things up in like a fable or they're just stories. It's great. Okay, Sun God Ra. Look at him in the papyrus boat. Wow, beautiful image. Obviously, that's the sun. Judgment looks like Hanuman. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. So in Chinese, okay, Hanuman is a monkey god. In Hinduism, I don't know if they have anything to do with each other. And then we have the World card, which is Hinemoa and Tutanekai, New Zealand, Maori. Awesome. All right, then we go into cups. This is like a Shinto shrine here. Matsuo Sake, right? Obviously you can see. The Two of Cups is Enkidu and Gilgamesh. Wow, I mean, they're going broad and deep here, aren't they? Three of Cups, this looks like it would be Balinese or Thai. Cambodia, Apsara. It says Cambodia Hindu mythology. This is Danish folktale, the Nightingale. That doesn't look Danish to me. Does it look Danish to you? Okay. This is the Four of Cups. Yeah. Wow. Crazy. Okay. Five of Cups is Mexican. La Llorona. The Six is the Snow Queen, Danish fairy tale. The 7 is Aladdin. I mean, duh. The 8, Moses, Hebrew legend. And the 9 of Cups is Taj al-Muluk and the Princess Dunya, an Arabic folktale. From Iran, this is Julnar the Seaborn, a Persian folktale, or Arabic folktale from Persia is what this is saying. Here is the page, Bakunawa and the 7 Moons, Filipino. The Knight of Cups, Halibu the Hunter, Mongolia. The Queen is Yemoja from Nigeria, Yoruba deity. Wow, I mean, it really is interesting. You know, when you think of things like the first images in the deck, like the fairy godmother and Scheherazade, those are, you know, folk tales and fairy tales that are secular. And it is interesting to kind of see the crossover here between folk and fairy tales and mythology that is part of religious systems. I wonder if they have any Christian ones in here. King of Cups, Boy and the Dragon Pearl, China. Then we're into the coins. So it looks like a candle, or no, somebody's holding a coin, obviously, Jack and the Beanstalk. Okay. 2 of coins, RHP. You make that sound. Make the sound of RHP. Pronounce it now, I dare you. Represent. Pacific Northwest, Haida. 3 of coins is Banjakri and Banjakrini Tamang mythology from Nepal. You can see him celebrating. It looks like the meanings are going to be, you know, pretty consistent, because here, I've got to say, in the minors, we do have some allusion to the imagery of the standard Smith weight. 4 of coins, Condor's Wife, Animara folktale. The 5 is the Little Match Girl, Danish. It's out in the cold. I mean, that's pretty true to the original. The 6, the woman who was kind to insects. Oh, look at her giving them stuff. That holds. The 7 is Aztec, Nanahuatzin, Aztec mythology. The 7 of coins. Look at the fire. So 7 talks about harvest, reward, perseverance, decisions, investment, fruition. I hope my curtain doesn't come flying at me here, because it's a little breezy. Anything can happen. Okay, the 8 is 6 swans from Germany. There's the 9. Vietnamese, the legend of the watermelon. The 10 is Panhu, a Chinese Yao legend. Then we have the page from Sweden, Sami deity, Beaivi Naida. The Knight of Coins is a Khoi deity from South Africa, Hatsi Abib. Boy, both of those things had way too many eyes in them. All right. Queen of Coins is Waramurungunju, Northern Australia, a Gunwingu deity. King of Coins, Hanuna, the world turtle from North America, Iroquois mythology. And here's the Ace of Swords, the Gordian knot from Greek mythology. 2 of Swords, Hindu epic Ramayana. This is Sita from India. Here we have another Japanese, Crane Wife. Fenrir, Norse mythology, is the 4. The 5 is Isis weeping. There's Set, probably just after he killed Osiris. Yes, Osiris, Set, and Isis. 5 of Swords, indeed. Betrayal. Ooh, yep. Definitely betrayal there. The 6 is Danae and Perseus, Greek mythology. And the 7, that looks like a coyote. Yep, Pacific Northwest, Salish. And this was what? The 7. Okay, thief. Yep, look at him stealing the knives. The 8 is Donkey Skin, a French fairy tale. The 9 is Oedipus, Greek mythology. The 10 is Sedna, Inuit mythology. Then page is Princess Parizadeh, Arabic. The knight is a Malaysian Hang Tuah. This is Arabic Turandot. That looks very Chinese to me. The King of Swords is Griffin from Persian mythology. Now, the one thing, I guess you can see, especially in the court cards, you can see the air and the emphasis on sky. Let me look at the cups. We have dark blue background with the cups. With the coins, there was a lot of green. Okay, so I think we can safely say that they're sticking to the original enough that swords are air. And we have the final suit wands. Magic paintbrush, Chinese folktale. So this would be fire. And look at the fire behind there. Yep, no doubt. 2, Janus, Roman mythology. The enchanted pig from Romanian is 3. The 4 of wands is Mohinian Aravan, a Sanskrit epic poem. The 5 is the Pandavas, Sanskrit epic poem. That's very literal to the original. 6 of wands, victory, Tenenga, Burkina Faso, a Mossy legend. 7 of wands, John Henry, American folktale. The 8 is Rainbow Crow, North America Lenape legend. It says disputed. The 9, Vasilisa the Beautiful, a Russian fairy tale. Timbo Tree, Guarani legend is the 10. Wow, 10 of wands, look at that. Then we have the page, Mundo, Republic of the Congo, Nyanga mythology. We have Tatterhood, a Norwegian fairy tale. For the knight, the queen is Pele. Yeah. And the king is the phoenix from East Asia. Pele is Hawaiian. Okay. Wow. Let me light my charcoal and let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, let me zoom out a little bit more. All right. So, light the charcoal. Get some things burning. We'll look at the book while this is firing up. So we have a collection of cards. The tarot uses visual symbolism as a gateway between... Okay, so we don't even have a table of contents. It just dives right in. That took care of a few pages. It's the very first page. The tarot uses visual symbolism as a gateway between the subconscious mind and the conscious one. Tarot of the Divine uses deities, folklore, fairy tales, myths, and legends from around the world to represent the different themes in a traditional deck. This deck was created as an homage to the stories we've told one another across cultures and through history. While each story is unique to a specific time and place, every culture has stories of bright young adventurers, forbidden doors, or promised lands. In this way, the Tarot of the Divine fosters appreciation of our differences and of the truth in our similarities. And interesting, too, that it's the Tarot of the Divine, but there's, folk and fairy tales. So saying, that these are all images that are in our unconscious. These are all part of our archetypes that we carry. So the commonality is there. And in some cases it's acknowledged as sacred and sometimes it's not. So very interesting. How to read tarot. Then we have the major, the minor. She talks about the suits being spirituality and water. Coins are materialism and earth. Swords, intellect, air. Wands, creativity, fire. And what each of the individual numbers stands for. Then we have upright and reversed meanings and spreads. 1 card spread, 3 card. Option 1, option 2, what needs to be considered. What another person may want, what you want, where the conversation is heading. That's another 3 card reading. And then a 5 card spread, and that's it. And the 5 card is the present, the past, the current future, if nothing changes, unseen influences, and hidden potential. I think we're going to go for that one. But then we need to think about, well, let's just get shuffled. First of all, let's take a moment and ask allies and ancestors, guides and guardians to come on in. Open my mind, connect it with the images in this deck, and bring in the spirit so that we can get readings that are good, accurate, applicable, clear and insightful. My fire of Azrael's heading straight out the window. Good. Perfume the neighborhood. Take your blessings out there. All right. I'm not looking forward to this at all. Oh my God, they hardly bend. Yeah, very difficult to riffle. Very difficult. And yeah, you can't even do that part. I don't like it. Let's see here. See if we can do smaller bunches. Yes. And see, I like that to start because I really want them mixed up. And when they can alternate like that, you get a good mix. I'm going to do this one more time like this. And then we'll cut. In the meantime, what do we need to know? Just tell us what we need to know as the collective, as the group mind, as humans sharing this planet with all of the other creatures. They certainly do slide against each other very easily. All right, I just want to know like what our next steps are. What's a coming here? Where are we? Where do we stand as people? We've got a jumper. We will take that for the middle one, 5 of Cups. And I will stop shuffling since we had to jump back. All right, so the 5 card reading, 5 card spread, the present is position 1. And let's just look up. 5 of Cups is emotional drain. It's a lot of stress. It says something's taking a toll. Something is taking an emotional toll here. And we're becoming drained emotionally through grief, through hardship, through stress. You look at the water here, it's almost like she's cried a river, Let's look at her story. La Llorona. The 5 of Cups is useless regret without learning. Well, useless regret without learning. Jealous of her husband's new wife, La Llorona drowns her own children, and now her wailing ghost wanders the earth. She continues to wallow in grief, refusing to seek redemption or happiness. Self-pity, guilt, regret, stagnation, and depression. Okay, so where we at right now? There's a lot that we're regretting. Feelings of guilt, maybe self-pity for what we've been through, yes, but I'm looking really at regret. And stagnation is in there too. I've been hearing a lot from clients about stagnation. All right. Number 2, is that the 2 position? Number 2 is, no, the past. This is the past. And that's the Empress. So the past, we came from this abundance mindset. Oh, you guys, I think I have an idea of where we're going here. I think this can be talking about the U.S., just, us in particular, but also as a world, coming from a place of abundance. Let's see how it unfolds. I'm not going to say too much right now. But I'm getting an idea of, how we came from a time when, particularly in the U.S., not necessarily worldwide, but there was just such prosperity. And that was when everybody was paying their fair share of taxes. And so let's just look at this abundance in the past here. A Catholic saint, the Empress is a loving and protective mother. She cares for and wishes to defend all of her children, even if a mother's love can sometimes be smothering. The world feels bright, everything blooms around her. Smothering would be, of course, the reverse. Fertility, nurturing, accomplishment, nature, abundance. And we could be talking about the earth herself here too. I'm assuming then that 3 will go here. And it does, the current future, which is 3 of Cups. So we've had the 5 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. Future, current future, this is Apsara, Cambodia, Hindu mythology. The 3 of Cups represents camaraderie and a good time. The Apsara are celestial beings of the sky known for dancing, partying, and fornication. The joyous group oversees fertility rites, the performing arts, and the fortunes of gambling. So celebrations, friends, indulgence, parties, community. Okay, so now it's unfolding. This is pandemic stuff. This is talking about just being emotionally drained from everything, emotionally drained. And we came from this place of, things going well and then kaboom. But it's saying in the future, things going well in the past. Now the present, we're in a lot of sorrow and regret and drain. And in the future, we will have abundance and a reason to party again. The 4 goes down here, and this is unseen influences, and we have Page of Swords. Princess Parizad, I want to say, just Parizad. Arabic, Anatolia. The Page of Swords represents youthful intelligence. Princess Parizad uses her wit to succeed where others have failed, her optimism intact through it all. She is a harbinger of new beginnings and new ideas for herself and those around her. Upright is talkativeness, energy, thoughtfulness, curiosity, and truthfulness. And this is, again, unseen influences. Okay, so I'm looking at the youth, when it talks about youthful intelligence and how our Gen Xers and Gen Zers and millennials and everybody, how adaptable they've been. When pandemic hits, these kids are used to upheaval in their lives, and they have a more integrated brain in a lot of ways. So we're talking about unseen influences being the changing of the generations, literally the kind of people that are being born onto this earth, literally the kind of brains that we're evolving into. I mean, seriously. All right, let's keep going, see where we go. This is hidden potential. 9 of Cups. That's nice. All right, this is from Iran, an Arabic folktale, Taj al-Muluk and the Princess Dunya. The 9 of Cups represents a happy ending achieved in unexpected ways. Also the wish card. Prince Taj al-Muluk fell in love with Princess Dunya, but she refused men. He used trickery, disguising himself as a woman in order to win her heart. Well, dreams realized, fulfillment, pleasure, recognition, triumph. Okay, so the hidden potential is we can come out of this better than we went in. We have the foundation of abundance here. We know we have abundant resources to deal with. It's just a matter of them, being equally available to everyone. And there's no shame in being able to go out and, hustle and make even more. But there is also no reason why any person on this planet should be hungry without medical care, without, a shelter, without a place to live. So look at we started off with Five of Cups, which is this, emotional drain and sorrow and regret. And the reminder here is that, go back to that, to the one major that we have here, going back to that, recalling the feeling of abundance, recalling what it felt like not to have the burden on your shoulders, just to give yourself some relief, So we need to remind ourselves of that from the past. And then we need to generate hope and say that, yes, there will be things worthy of celebrating in the future. And if you're fully vaccinated, you can get together and celebrate with people, and you don't have to wear a mask outside unless you're packed together. So there are reasons to celebrate. The hidden influences are youthful mind. I'm going to look at that one again. Talkativeness, energy, thoughtfulness, curiosity, and truthfulness. Truthfulness is the big thing. These kids are calling out old bullshit that has needed calling out for so long. And fortunately, young people are also now getting into office, so they're calling it out from positions of power. And young people are voting. Young people are stepping up and voting. And it's amazing. So then the potential there is the wish card. We can actually get back, and we've got 3 cups here. So we are, wow. Sorry, I just got big pressure in my left ear. Somebody's talking to me, or there's some weather coming in. The 3 cups here say that this is definitely emotional, that right now when you're watching this, you just really, for you personally, need to deal with your emotional self and deal with the drain, the regret that you're feeling. It's time to refill the well and refill it from times past where things were good. You're allowed to go back to memories and help them live again. But the 3 and the 9, woo! The Empress, the 3, the 9 of Cups. Everything's going to turn out all right, but we need to really not minimize the value of or discount the youngins, And I'm talking about everything for, the ones that are just barely adults, 18, 21, the ones that are coming up. We need to really look to them. And we need to trust them. We need to validate them. We need to give them the skills and the tools they need to take over the joint and really become, let us become the humanitarians we're meant to be from all these indigo and crystal children and, all that kind of stuff. All right, you guys, I hope you got something out of that. I sure enjoyed it. I'm buying fewer decks now, so we might not have 2 unboxings every week. I'll aim for an unboxing every week and something else here and there. If you would like to have a deck reviewed that I haven't reviewed yet, please send me one. Go down to my wish list and hit that link. Send me a deck, and I will read for you from that deck. All right. I'm glad you came to hang out with me. I will see you next time. Find the off button. Until then, this is the Zen Witch. Blessed be.